on, Kane! It's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe football show. And it looks a bit differently today. Tony says, yay, the grumpy old Yorkshiremen channel is back. Unfortunately, it's not, mate. We've got so many people away. We've got Ant with us as well. Hang on a minute. Ant, are you there?
I am, mate. Yeah, the camera's broke. So it's going to have to be audio only from me, sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. I thought we were getting Tom. But there you go. We've got Anne. I hope you're doing well, mate. So normally we have the Yorkshire folk, but unfortunately some are on a holiday, some are working and whatnot. So I haven't been able to get the gang together. So if you're here for a Yorkshire chat, apologies. But what I did do, obviously, there's a massive game on Friday night between two of the promotion favourites in Southampton and Leicester City. So I reached out. You all know Lox. He's normally in the chat griefing you all. So Lox is with us from Leicester City Fan TV. And we've got Liam as well from the Saints View, who a few of you who watch the 12th Man podcast to come on over will recognise Liam from there. And then we've got Anne, of course, from To Hull and Back, representing for Yorkshire we are. But yeah, let me just find out how everyone is. Lox, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the international break? Are you excited or apprehensive? Because you've got Saints and then Norwich. As you know, we have this banter. I can't wait for you to get beaten both games. I can't lie to you. But go on, how are you?
No, yeah, like I said last week to you, mate. I don't watch international football. Obviously, I'm from Wales anyway, so there's not really much to watch. But I think the best part of the international break was probably seeing you do a watch along, especially for your Leeds players, and Gruev absolutely having one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that was fun. But no, apart from that, mate, it's horrible. I hate it. I liked the international breaks last season because the league football was awful. But yeah, I don't like them, mate.
No, I hear you, mate. I mean, I did a watch along of Kazakhstan versus Finland to get a look at Glenn Kamara, and he didn't even start, did he? He was on the bench. I was fuming, but it is what it is. Liam, how's things, mate? Have you because I've not spoken to you, mate. How are you enjoying the championship season? How's it gone so far for you?
Yeah, it's not been bad. Obviously, we had a really good start with the first 4 games. Obviously, the last game not too much. We won't talk about that too much, but obviously we might have to. But yeah, the first 4 games were fantastic. Like, I think it's just implementing a new system, and we've had probably one of the weirdest transfer windows. It's not been nice losing all your players and not really recruiting too much. Obviously, we brought in 7 players, but we've only actually brought 1 on a permanent. So it's been a difficult one, but I think we all knew that heading into the championship. So I'm enjoying it, and obviously I think it's a lot better than the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah, how's the football been under Russell Martin, mate? Because the first game I watched, obviously against Sheffield Wednesday, I was like, wow, this is good. But it just seems to be lacking a bit of a clinical edge, maybe. But passing the ball, you're great, aren't you?
No, it's been a joy to watch. I love Russell Martin. I love his passion. I love the way he talks about the players, and it's implementing on the team. And I think considering he didn't know what players he was going to have, and he didn't know what players he was going to bring in, he's done a fantastic job. And I think the main thing for him was getting the transfer window done and dusted, so he has a squad that he knows who he's going to have for the season. And I think this is where we'll probably kick on with the international break. And I'm really enjoying it. I just think we're just a bit toothless at the back. We're struggling in between transitions. But I think the more and more time we get on the training field, the more and more games we'll play, we'll probably implement this system. And considering it's only just a start, I think we're all pretty happy as Saints fans.
Yeah, no, I can imagine so. I'm right. And we've got Tom waiting in the wings. Do you want to drop off on?
I will. I'll jump out for you. Yeah. I thought I'd just room for him because he'd vanished.
You're a legend. Yeah. No worries. You're a legend. I was like, how do I do this now? I'll let you go though, buddy. Thanks, Ant.
See you in a bit.
Bye, mate. There we go. We've got Tom. Tom, you're finally here. The link wasn't working, was it, pal? My apologies. How's things, mate? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah. pretty good. We're obviously happy about all season so far. So
Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you for asking. These two didn't ask. Do you know what I mean? So thank you for that, mate. That's that Yorkshire thing in us, you see. We're nice folk, you see. No, Tom, obviously we'll talk about it because we've got you here now. Obviously, we've got a Leicester fan as well. What a result for yous last time out, beating Leicester 1-0, buddy. You must be buzzing.
Yeah, obviously so unexpected. Literally, obviously went into the game thinking, would probably thought we'd lose. To be fair, obviously going there, they won the first 4 games, obviously by 1 goal. So that's where we had a little bit of confidence going into it, thinking, look, Leicester have, they've won 4 games, but they've not really won handsomely. Like they've won by 1 goal each time. So went there thinking, we've got a chance here, but never expected us to come away with a victory, to be honest. And obviously Liam Delap, unreal. What we did that game was we started on the right. We started him on the right to go up against Callum Doyle, and he exploited him so well. Obviously, Liam Delap's a central striker, but Liam Rossini used his sort of expertise tactically to put him on the right, and he had a field day against him, and that's how the goal came. Cuts inside with his left foot, bangs it into the bottom left corner, limbs in the away end, and
I can see you smirking, mate. I can see you
because I love it, bro. I'm sat there going, a bit of tactical nous over Maresca. He's been put in the bin. Locks, what were your thoughts on that game, mate? Do you think they deserved it, Hull?
Well, they scored. We didn't. So yeah, they deserved it.
No, but over the course of the game.
I mean, it was a deflection, to be fair. But anyway,
here we go.
Me and Tom spoke last week because he was on my show. I think obviously, Hull deserved it. I think, look, you saw the meltdown online, Joe. You've seen it firsthand. Some Leicester fans going into a meltdown. I thought, I don't know if Tom would agree. I thought, on another day, Leicester could have won. I mean, we hit the post. Iheanacho missed a sitter from about 6 yards out. So
I thought he was getting top goal scorer in.
Yeah, you never know, mate. Things. But go on.
I think we rode our luck in a certain extent, but when you go to a team like Leicester who've spent all this money, you've got to ride your luck at times because they are going to create chances. But I don't think you hit the post a few times and a couple of block shots and stuff like that. But I don't think you tested our keeper enough to warrant winning. Whereas I think we had a few clear-cut chances. I think was Aaron Connolly went for 1 goal. Could have made it 2-0 there, and that could have been obviously a long way to come back for you. But obviously on that occasion, didn't put it away. So I think you did have your chances, but I do think when you go to a team like Leicester, you've got to ride your luck, and that's what we did. And I thought we deserved it, but I can see why you'd think you could have probably nicked a point. But
I don't think we deserved to nick a point, but over the 90 minutes. But I'm just saying, I think we could have, and. The Hull were impressive, to be fair. Best team, obviously, so far that we've played. So
they're playing some really good football, aren't they, under Liam Rossini? So I think they're going to be up there. Let's see if they can maintain it, Tom. Because it was only, do you remember after week 2 we were on here and you were going, the shoes are going to be asked. And now look at this, man. You're flying, man. You beat Sheff Wednesday, and that's it. You've flown, haven't you?
Yeah, I think looking back at that first game against Norwich. Obviously lost 2-1. I think we're looking back now and thinking, that wasn't too bad of a result. If you think about how good Norwich have been now, and now we've fitted into the system tactically. First 2, obviously against Norwich, against Doncaster, we didn't see what we're seeing now. If you know what I mean. But now we're actually seeing it come into action. Now we've got the likes of Jaden. We've got Philogene to come in now on Friday. Scott Swan, obviously we've seen him a couple of games now. We've got. Morton in on loan from Blackburn, who played 46 games from last season. James Fairlong in from Brighton, and we've got a goalkeeper in as well from Cardiff. So we was busy on deadline day, and
nice
beef out the squad. And I think the likes of Philogene and Morton will be crucial this season because they're both obviously proven at Championship. Philogene last season at Cardiff was quality. Signed for $5 million. So if that didn't show the ambition of the owner in the football club, then I don't know what will. But saying that, I do think I still would take a sort of a playoff chasing season. I'm not getting carried away yet.
I was going to ask you, like after the transfer window's shut now, what are your aspirations? Are you thinking maybe top 6?
I think pushing for top 6 we should be. With the squad we've got, the strength in depth now as well. We're a bit light at centre back, but you can't have everything. But I think in the rest of the squad, I think speaks for itself. We did interestingly, we did learn our top scorer for last season on deadline day. Oscar, he went to he went to Metz. He's gone with our other striker that we saw, Tetty. So they're both playing together now at Metz, but they've got a loan option to buy there. So that was interesting. I think it divided the fan base, and I was under the illusion that we could have kept him because he was our top scorer last season. He's one of them where bring him off the bench. He's a purchaser. There'll be them games in the Championship where, like, towards the end, you'll be locked 1-1 or something. You need that someone off the bench to get that goal, and he could have been that guy. But I think he knows now that obviously we've got the Lap and Connolly, and the likes of Tufan fighting for the
Tufan flying as well there. You know what I mean?
He's injured currently, but he's been quality. Like, that's what we've expected from him all this time. We've expected these performances from him. Like, he's threatened to do it, and now he's showing that he can produce these match-winning performances like he did against Sheffield Wednesday, and the goal he scored against Bristol City as well.
Yeah, class to see, mate. 'Cause I know you were after the first few weeks a bit down in the dumps, so it's good. It's good to see. Liam, you would have been down in the dumps before the international break, obviously, going up to the Stadium of Light. They hadn't had a great start, and then they put 5 past you. Was that a shock? I mean, to be honest, the times I have watched Southampton, I do think, and you mentioned it off stream, you've still got the likes of Bednarak, etc. at the back. Obviously, you brought in Howard Bellis, right? So you'd imagine he'll come straight in. But that seems to be your kryptonite, your defence at the minute. But what was that result like, mate? Must have been a tough pill to swallow after your great start.
Yeah, mate, it wasn't great. Look, I said to a lot of Saints fans, I didn't have a great feeling. I think we kind of rode our luck the first few games. You know what I mean? Like last minute winners, and obviously seeing out results. And it's never easy going to the Stadium of Light, and like them having a poor start as well. You're thinking, look, if we can nick a 2-1 win like we have the last like 2 away games, then that'd be fantastic. But going to Sunderland at 12:30 for a 12:30 kickoff, like, I didn't have a great feeling. But to lose 5-0 and to lose the way we did with conceding the goals, it was just absolutely horrendous. And it's never good going 1-0 down in the first minute. So I think the problem is a lot of our players have got the same from last year. Just don't know how to recover from going 1-0 down. And it's not good enough, really. And I think that's a lot of our defence, really. Same keeper, and obviously, I think us having Jack Stevens injured, and he's going to be injured for a few months, isn't great for us either, because he's been our best defender, and he's our captain since Ward-Prowse left. So, I mean, Harwood Bellis coming in is a fantastic signing. He was probably the best centre back in the Championship last year. So, if he can come in tomorrow night and hopefully give the defence a bit of confidence in the midfield, and you never know what's going to happen, but we got a tough few weeks ahead of us. For
sure. How's it been adjusting for you? Obviously, you kept Shea Adams in the end as well, right? So that must be a massive win for you, because he's been finding the back of the net, hasn't he, in the game so far this season. And I think that's another thing, having watched you. There's not like a killer up top, if you like. Do you know what I mean? Especially when I'm going to speak about Leeds, but obviously we managed to pick up Pirro, for example. We were worried that he was going to rock up at Southampton like Manning did, to be fair, because we were interested in Manning as well. But are you happy that Shea's stayed? Because I know in the Premier League he doesn't score enough, but in the Championship, it's a different level, innit? You'd imagine he'll do well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, keeping Che was basically bringing in another striker for us, really. Obviously, we brought Ross Stewart on top of that, who we're really happy with, but obviously, unfortunately, injured at the moment, and unfortunately has had injury issues. But when he is fit, he's proven to Sunderland how key he is, and he's an incredible striker. He's got different finishes. So even without Adams, we do have Stewart there, and we got Sekou Mara, who's a good player, but he's only 21, so we've still got time there. And I mean, like, keeping players like Kamadine Sulemana, who's probably going to be the best winger in the league. I can't lie. He's absolutely incredible, and he's actually fit for tomorrow night as well, which is nice. First time in a long time. So hopefully he could have a good run at Vestergaard and put him on his pants. You know what I mean? So we got. I think keeping players as well has been a massive thing for us, as well as bringing in. You know what I mean? We had the largest squad in the Premier League, let alone having the largest squad in the Championship. So bringing in 7 players and getting rid of at least 10 or 11 has been good for us. And I think
has that Onuachu gone? that big giant guy, is he?
he
God, he
went
was
to,
terrible, weren't he? Really?
He went to transport with I don't know
Right.
how to pronounce it in Turkish with Pepe.
Yeah.
And obviously
Trabzonspor, innit? Trabzonspor, right?
Yeah. Didn't want to butcher it there, but yeah, it's been like obviously a lot of people looked at it and thought, you sold like 170 million, and why are you not spending it, mate? It's a championship. You can't spend that type of money at all.
Nah.
And like you probably look at it in the long run, say if we do get promoted, then all that money we've made from last season we can play on for next season. You know what I mean? It's just keeping the club financially stable as well as it being able to run for a few years if we do stay in the championship. So I think the club have done well this summer compared to last, but it's just a start, and we're only 5 games in, and you still got 41 to go. So it's gonna be a massive test for us.
Yeah. Long way to go. It's nice to see you being so humble. Same can't be said for Locks, because he thinks they're getting the points record and stuff, does Locks. But there you go. Locks, I seen you smirking when he mentioned the best winger in the championship, because I have contention for that. Obviously, I did say it was Cini. I thought Cini would be. Obviously, he's no longer with us, but I think our wingers were stacked. We got Nonto, Somerville, and obviously Jadon Anthony as well. But Locks, talk to me about Leicester, mate, and obviously this game on Friday and Norwich on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday you've got them?
It is. I don't even know, mate.
Tuesday or Wednesday anyway.
Wednesday, yeah.
Midweek. How are your nerves, mate, ahead of this on Friday night? It's a big test, first proper test, really. You would think on paper.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. I think, like I said before we started, I think it might be a bit of a boring game. I know you joked about passing each other to death. I think we'll see a little bit of that. But I mean, I'm confident. I've been confident going into every game, to be fair, this season, which is obviously understandable with some of the teams we've come up against, like Rotherham and Huddersfield. I was very confident before Hull, and look where that got me. So no, obviously this is the one I'm least confident for out of, and then maybe, to be fair, looking at form, probably Norwich is even worse.
Do you know Andrea backed them before the season started, and we redid our championship predictions last night, and he thinks they're going to win the league.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Andrea doesn't get much wrong, so there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, mate. Look, I'm as confident as I can be going into the game. I think we'll win. To be fair, I think we'll win. The thing that scares me a little bit is obviously Southampton are gonna want to bounce back after the Sunderland game big time, because obviously that was shocking for them. Might see Connor Cody for the first time in this season. Obviously he's been out injured.
That's a plus for Southampton. That
is it, mate?
He's terrible.
No,
he's terrible, man.
No, it's not, mate. Vestergaard is straight out of that team.
Are you playing with 2 centre backs?
Well, if you look at it on paper, it's a back 4, but it depends on who's got more of the ball in the match. Obviously, if we've got more of the ball, it's going to be mostly a back 3. So, So yeah, because obviously it'll be, if you look at a back 4, it's Doyle left back, but then that becomes a back 3, him at left centre back. So I think Cody, if he is fit, Maresca has said he's in the squad, but if he is fit enough to start, he'll be straight in there, I think, for Vestergaard. It's a weird one. Vestergaard seems to be Leicester's new scapegoat. We've had a scapegoat every year for the last however many years. And this season, Vestergaard really hasn't done much wrong, to be honest with you. But he's still getting all the stick, to be fair. So I think Doyle was worse than Vestergaard against Hull, right? But Vestergaard's the one who gets the blame. So, but no, to be fair, if Cody is going to come in for anyone, I would rather it be Vestergaard, and I think that's probably what we will see. And it is, no matter what you say, Joe, it is an improvement for us. Maresca loves him, mate. Maresca picked him. He
tells good jokes though, and does card tricks and that, doesn't he? Man, he's good.
Whatever.
That's what he's there for. He's one at lads, man. That's it. Him and he's just there for like camaraderie and that. I don't rate him, bro. But maybe Championship's his level, mate. To be honest, you don't know, do you? He could be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Vestergaard's fine for Championship. You know what I mean? He's fine, but I think Doyle will be. But Cody. But But I think that's probably the only change we'll make, really. Apart from Akgun, the Turkish winger who we started against Hull. I don't know why we threw him in against Hull. He was absolutely shocking.
He wasn't great, was he? Yeah.
Oh, he was shocking.
Vinagre had a back pocket, didn't he? Vinagre.
He was awful, mate. Honestly, he was terrible. We just can't get wingers right, Joe. After obviously Tete.
Don't make me go back to our WhatsApp chat about what you were saying about this Akgun guy.
Akgun?
Champions.
Look, find it. I ain't said about Akgun.
The Champions League and that.
No, I didn't say he was a Champions League player. I just said he played on Tuesday night in the Champions League.
Okay.
Which he did, and got an assist, by the way. But no, yeah, I think Cody in for Vestergaard and probably Mavididi. Yeah, Mavididi, because he didn't start against Hull. Mavididi in for Akgun, and I think that'll be the only two changes. But yeah, I'm confident, mate. I'm confident going into it. And I will be for every game this season, unless something goes horribly wrong between now.
No, you should be. You should be, man. You should be. Like, with all like joking aside, you should be confident going into every game with the squad that you've got in this division, 100%. And you're at home. Oh no, you're away, are you?
We're away.
Oh, you're away. Oh, maybe not so confident.
Well, it could be a 9-0 again, mate. You never know.
Here we go. Them days are long gone, aren't they, Liam? Them days are long gone.
That was a Friday night game as well, wasn't it? It was away at St Mary's. Yeah. You never know.
Well, I feel like we've played Leicester at home on Sky every season. We played you home at 5:30 last year and won 1-0. So every game against Leicester at home was on Sky, all because of that game. Grow up, Sky. Come on, get on.
You beat us twice last season, didn't you?
You know for a fact they will mention it as well, won't they? Tomorrow night in the build-up. Yeah, 100%. I get. Tom, who do you fancy for this fixture, mate? Obviously, you've come up against Leicester, and you'll have seen bits of Southampton. Who do you think takes the 3 points, or do you see a draw?
I just see a draw, to be honest. Like I said, I think both teams, the way they're set up tactically, they're looking for the inroads, and it could go one or two ways. It could go where both pass each other to death, or it could open up and be like a goal fest. But I think considering Southampton so far, I mean, aside from I guess like the Norwich game where they scored 4, I think they've struggled to take the chances. And Leicester similar, really. Like they've created a lot, but not necessarily being clinical in the final third. So I think it'll be obviously a close contest as expected. But yeah, I'd say a draw, to be honest.
Could you score prediction, mate?
1-1.
1-1. Liam, thoughts, mate? What's your score prediction, Paul?
No, I mean, it's been pretty frustrating. I think a lot of people who have been on podcasts saying we haven't been clinical enough. Yeah, I think we're the second top scorers in the league. I mean, I think where we've created a lot of chances, and I think the Sunderland game is the only game we haven't scored in this season, and we probably should have scored 2 or 3 that game as well. So I can understand why from that point. I do think we'll be a lot more open than Leicester, because I do think we'll want to dominate the ball being at home. And I mean, I'd take a draw, to be fair. I can see it being a 2-2, I can't lie. It'll probably be us being 1-0 up and 2-1 up and conceding stupid goals as usual. So I'm going to go with draw, but I think anything can happen. I think as long as we don't lose the game, I'll be happy.
Yeah. What about you, Locks?
Yeah, I'd take a draw, to be honest with you. But I don't see. I just can't see it ever being a goal fest, if I'm honest. I reckon it's hard. I'm gonna say 1-0, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0. So yeah, I'm gonna say 1-0 Leicester. I'm
gonna go 1-0, but I'm gonna go 1-0 Southampton, mate.
Yeah, shock.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah.
Mate, honestly, Danny in the chat, I know it. I didn't even need to see it. I knew he'd be saying 1-0 Southampton. Cody own goal as well.
Keep our first clean sheet of the
Danny.
season.
That would be class. Yeah, that would be class if Cody got an own goal as well. I would love that. Let's just Leeds United against Sheff Wednesday. We kept a clean sheet. I think it's a positive. I know it's against the poor Sheff Wednesday side. Gave them their first point of the season, Yorkshire Derby, etc., etc. But Leeds United need to find a way to break teams down that are going to play a low block, because we struggled to do it. The one game we scored 4, we beat Ipswich because both teams came to play football. That's why I think we'll relish the opportunity playing some of the teams that come and play football, all yous actually on the pod. I think Leeds have a better chance than we do when we go to a QPR, to a Chef Wednesday, to teams that are just going to say, right, break us down. Do you know what I mean? Because we're going to struggle to do it. So, yeah, it was a frustrating game for us. But yeah, we move. I took the positive. It's a clean sheet. We haven't had one since February, regardless of the opposition. So for us to get one, hopefully now the international break as well, with the new players as well, we'll start to see some wins on the board. We've got Millwall at the weekend. We've not won in London in 7 games. Yeah, like Ant says there, I remember Joe saying Leeds would go on and score in every game, and they couldn't score against Wednesday.
Can we not have kept Ant?
Yeah, true. Yeah, we've got Millwall at the weekend. Tough place for us to go. But I'm going to go for 2-1 Leeds United. There hasn't been a draw in the last 3. I did a bit of a preview earlier on, and like I say, it's just a London record that worries me because someone say my microphone's buzzing. I hope not. Is it? Sound all right?
I can't hear.
Right.
Anything.
Okay.
Sounds
Maybe
fine.
it's me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we never win in London. Like, this is a thing for Leeds United, and in the last 7 attempts going down to the capital, we haven't won. I think Millwall will score first, but I think we have enough to beat them. Hopefully, as well, with the internationals, the lads will have got into a position where, you know, they know. It's a case of, like, I was watching a video earlier on that someone had done, like, Leeds can get it to the final third, and then Daniel Farke just doesn't really have a plan in the final third. It's more a case of let the attacking players show their own flair. I'll get you from here to there. Once you're there, you do your bits. And I think because it's a new squad relatively, you know, Pirot coming in, Rutter's getting minutes like he weren't last season. You've got Nonto, Somerville, seeing he's done one, but now we've got Jadon Anthony. So I just think with Leeds United, it's just going to take a bit of time for them to get their continuity with each other. And when they do, I do think we'll start to see goals. Be interesting to see how Jadon Anthony gets on, actually, to be fair. I think he might start him as well. And obviously we've got Pirot, one of the most successful goal scorers in the Championship over the last few seasons. So hopefully, you know, we'll get a win. I'm going 2-1 Leeds United. Let me get a score prediction off you, lads, and then we'll talk about Hull Coventry. Tom, give us a score prediction, mate.
I think obviously I saw you do well against Ipswich. I mean, obviously Pirro was playing in the 10 that day, wasn't he? I think
he was, and he played him in the 10 against Wednesday, and it just weren't great. I don't know why he's doing it, but then
who would you play there instead, in the 10? Who would you play in the 10 instead?
That's the thing. I think he's played. Yeah. We didn't get one, did we? We tried to get Amiri. He refused to come to Leeds, and then he's been dropped from the fucking Europa League squad at Leverkusen, so I'm happy about it because he should have just come to Leeds to play football, but it is what it is. But yeah, we need a 10. I think he might play Somerville there. I'd like him to do that, mate, but we need Pirot to be leading the line for sure.
Yeah, but I think it's like you say there, like they've had the international break now to gel a bit more. But
yeah,
obviously Millwall is quite a tough place to go. But I do think you'll come away. I do agree with you. I think you come away with a 2-1 win.
You come away with a 2-1 win, yeah? Leeds United.
Nice. Yeah, hearing that.
Yeah. Locks, give me your score prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I think Leeds will win, to be fair. I think you might struggle at times if they do play, obviously, the low block, but I think you'll have enough. You know, obviously, Pirot as a number 10. Look, at this stage, you just got to trust what Farke does, I suppose.
Well, get this as well, Locks, right? He initially played Pookie in the 10 when he first came in at Norwich and then put him up top. So, maybe there's something in that.
This is it, mate. This is what I keep saying to Leicester fans as well about, like, people, you know, obviously, I mean, this is wild. The Ndidi playing in the number 10 role, that is wild. But, you know, you've just got to trust the manager sometimes. Give it a chance. Give the system a chance. Give his team selection a chance. You know, 3-4 games in, you know, from now, if it's still not working, then obviously something has to change. But just give him a chance. I think if Farke chooses to do that again with Pirot, then there's a reason he's doing that. So yeah, I think you'll win. I mean, I'm seeing people in the chat say you'll pump them. I don't think you'll pump them.
No.
Maybe 2-1 or 1-1. I'll say 1-0, mate. I'll say 1-0. Another clean sheet for you.
1-0 Leeds. I'd love
1-0
that,
Leeds.
mate.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Liam, for Millwall Leeds?
No, I think I agree with lots. Like you're saying, you just got to trust the system. Like, I think it's the same with us. Like Russell Martin's playing Adam Armstrong as an 8 when he was a striker, and it seems to be working pretty well. So, and obviously Perot, he kind of did play as a 10 for Swansea under Martin. Kind of look at it, I think they played like a 3-4-2-1, but played Perot in behind Obafemi, and it seemed to work pretty well. So just trust what Farke's doing, and he'll probably eventually realise that you do need to play him up top. But no, I do think you'll hit. I do think you'll beat Millwall. I think it'll be like a 1-1 at half time, and I think you'll probably hit them on the counter with Nonto and Somerville. So say 3-1 Leeds.
Oh, like that, loads of scores. Just for regulars of this show as well, I've got all the other scores from the other lads from the White Rose Rivals, so I'll put them all in to the little spreadsheet we've got going as well. So we'll be able to track that. Liam, not Liam. Sorry, Tom. Hull Coventry at the weekend. Obviously, two teams that have started really, really well. Tough game for you. Obviously, if you come through this, bro, you must be like, we're going to win the league.
Nah, I'm not getting carried away. But I think with Hull City, like history-wise, like we'll obviously it's a Friday night. We've got an opportunity like to go top of the league. Like if we win, by 2, and it's just one of them where we usually come under the pressure with that opportunity. But I'm hoping, obviously, on Friday night that can change. It's obviously against Bristol City. We played on the Friday night and we drew 1-1. It was a bit of a drab affair, but I'm hoping, turn a corner a bit and we could beat Coventry. But yeah, like you say, it's going to be a tough game. Last season we beat him 3-2. Oscar scored a hat trick that day. So yeah, but I think Philogene could be in line to start as well. So if literally, obviously, she brought him in on deadline day. He's going to, I think, Rossini's going to throw him straight in there. Probably swap him out for Traore. Traore's been a bit non-existent so far. Like he's not played too bad, but he's not really took risks when he's had the possession. He sort of opted for the easy pass, and he sort of slows the play down. He's one of them sort of number 10s that gets the ball, and as soon as he gets it, he sort of slows it down instead of sort of playing, through the fades and faster. So I'm hoping that Philogene starts instead of him. Tufan will be a big miss again. I think Tufan plays better at home than he does away, because away from home you have to sort of stay in your shape and sort of hit on a counter attack. But Tufan's not great at the sort of the pressing side of the game, whereas Connolly is, and that's why we've played Connolly away from home this season. Started him. So I think Tufan will be a big miss, because at home obviously Surfai scored 4 goals, and he's one of them that he can sort of grab the game by the scruff of the neck, and and he has that quality to sort of produce. But yeah, I do think it'll be a tough game. I think on the podcast we did the other day, I said 1-0 to City, Hull City. So I think I'll stick with that.
Nice.
Keep a clean sheet, hopefully.
Yeah, Locks, obviously you've had a chance to see both sides, to be honest. Obviously you beat Coventry in the first game, lost to Hull, so easy to say, oh, well, Hull will win. But obviously if you just take the scores out of it, like which team do you favour in this one?
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, Coventry started well. The table's lying a little bit, I think. Obviously Coventry, I think they've drawn their last 3, which has obviously affected their position in the table a little bit. But they were really good against us. And every time I've seen Coventry so far this season, they've looked good. Admittedly, I haven't seen much of Hull before the last game, to be fair. But yeah, it's a close one. I think Hull will nick it, to be fair. Tom, you won't go top of the league because Leicester are going to beat Southampton, so you won't go top. But no, I do see you winning this one. I'll probably say something quite close, 2-1, 2-1 Hull.
Yeah. Liam, have you had a chance to catch either side? But if not, it's cool. Like, where do you see it going?
No, I've seen more of Coventry, obviously, with them being on Sky against Leicester and Middlesbrough, and pretty much of what I've seen of Coventry, they've been pretty good, and I think then they've been pretty unlucky to have 3 draws in a row. They could have probably all easily been 3 wins on another day, and obviously Hull, I haven't unfortunately been able to see them, but I know they've had a really good start under Liam Rossini. Obviously, being so far up in the table and getting a 1-0 away win at Leicester shows that they've got great fight as a team, and obviously he's probably united them after the last three 3 or 4 years with the ownership, I know it's been pretty poor, and obviously bringing a new, I think the Turkish owners, didn't they? I'm guessing, so I think they brought in a lot of Turkish players, but obviously it's doing well for the club. And I really like Hull. They used to be our Premier League club, so I do think it's going to be a tight game, but I think it'll probably be another draw. I think I'll go 1-1.
Oh, yeah. I think Hull are going to nick it, I think Hull are going to nick it, and I have to agree with Locks. I don't know what's happened to Tom there. He just shut off. But yeah, I think they'll probably nick it, and it'll be 1-0 Hull for sure. I think that's where it'll go. I don't know where. Oh, he's back. He's back. There you go. I don't know what happened to you there, mate.
I'm on my phone because I couldn't get it on my laptop. So
yeah, it's all right, mate. Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. Yeah, so I was just saying there, 1-0 to 1-0 to Hull, I think. Obviously, regular watchers will want to know with the other games. Obviously, Huddersfield first, Rotherham, which is a shame we ain't got them on because it's another Yorkshire derby there. And Sheff Wednesday have got Ipswich at home. Sheff Wednesday will be a buzzing after the point at Ellen Road, so maybe they can get something against Ipswich. I doubt it very much, though. But yeah, I think, listen, it was a short, snappy episode tonight. Obviously, we haven't got full house, but make sure you show love to each and every one of the content creators that come on. You all know Tom, obviously. Liam, tell the people about what's going on at your end. It's the Saints View, isn't it? Saints View?
Yeah, we aren't doing much on YouTube at the moment, unfortunately. We've got like other plans and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I still post a lot on Twitter and stuff like that, so just generally, like, obviously Saints and general football as well. Just love a bit of the Championship and the Premier League and internationals. It's mostly me ranting, but just go over there or something, have a look.
Go and check it out. And Locks, you're live at 7:00, aren't you, bud?
Yeah. Do you want to come, Tom? Because if you're free, you might not be free. I forgot to ask you actually. I would ask you as well, but I've already got a Southampton fan on, so I'll have to get you on next time.
Right.
Kick him out. Jack, isn't it? What's his channel called? Jack's channel.
Yeah, Jack. Match Day Vlogs. Match Day Vlogs.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. Have we got Jack? Yeah, Jack and Mike,
Ginger
innit?
Jack. Ginger lad. So 20 minutes. Oscar's on as well. People in the chat will know Oscar. It's a bit more of a relaxed, grounded Leeds fan, unlike 2 weeks ago when you showed up with your spices and your bloody chef's hat and your knobhead.
What with the Liverpool Cardiff fan? That guy?
Oh, he's not on today. No, he's not on today.
Okay.
But, Chris. But yeah, 7:00. So basically just doing what we've just done with you, Joe. Score predictions and stuff. So
yeah, head on over there, folks. Check that out. If you're stuck for something to do, you might see Tom there, you might not, but Oscar will be there, so you can watch Oscar. As for myself, we've got obviously the game tomorrow between Southampton and Leicester, which I'm really looking forward to. So I'll do a watch along of that. We'll have a press conference from Daniel Farker tomorrow as well at dinner time. So I'll obviously give you my reaction to his thoughts. And then Sunday will be, 12 o'clock, really early kickoff due to policing and that, as you'd imagine. So 12 o'clock. So I'll be live from about 11 o'clock. Some of you will still be in bed at that time on a Sunday. So I'll see you bright and early Sunday morning. Thanks always for watching. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe and follow the rest of the lads on their socials, and we'll see you in a bit. Thanks as always for tuning in. Peace out, folks.
Cheers.
And we will end it there. Thank you.